No weapon save the Sword of Light may end the Dark One's life.
Cannot be used. No luminary now. Only he may wield. Thus cannot kill, but can imprison. Serenica.
Friends, lend me thy powers, that I might bind him and banish him forever!
Or I guess she has Serena's face? Oh, well, sorry, Serena Veronica's face, Serenica. But her hairstyle looks so similar to Jade's. It's almost like she's supposed to be a mix of the girls' new team. Behold! Giant summoning circle. I guess that's how the lantern came to be. Well, now we know.
What now, Serenica? What doth the future hold for thee?
The Sword of Light belongeth with the World Tree. I mean to bear it thence. Thereafter, I shall venture forth upon a quest. I shall seek him out. I shall find him.
Alright, so she put the sword in the tree.
Erdwin, my love, I will be reunited with thee. I swear it.
Okay, so she went to the Temple of Time, studied the books. Got a different sword? A new temple, I think? Or was it the library she was at, and then she went to the Temple of Time? Yeah, that was it. Did she alter time?
Time's sphere. I need only shatter it, and... Wherefore? Am I not strong enough?
You are not a luminary, that's the problem. Okay, that was rather...
Would that I might have seen thy face, but once more before I passed.
Oh, okay. No, it's supposed to be a bit sad or touching, but, you know, just felt a little meek, I guess, that, oh, failed to break the spear, died. Seriously? That giant taco was supposed to be Serenica? Are you kidding me? Seriously? So that black taco then was what? The one that betrayed Erdwin?
That's so sad.
So Erdwin's lantern was no star, nor was it the Luminary's final resting place.
Okay, as well as end of this reveal. Ah, freaking course, Veronica is back to being a freaking kid, of course. Of course I couldn't have you keep the adult
Done as you were
Veronica.
meant to do, girls. You've given the Luminary the guidance he needed.
Yeah, I'd rather keep adult Veronica over kid Veronica.
We saw it too. We saw what happened to Serenica. What she became.
Yeah, we spoke to that one. She told me to change time to save Veronica. Why would Serenica do that? Because if the giant luminary at the time Tower of Time was Serenica all this time, then why, before we time traveled, did Serenica tell us to go back in time? I don't follow, because sure, Veronica was dead, but we were in a timeline where Kalasmos was never reborn. But Serenica wants to go back in time, save Veronica, kill Mortigan early, and then have Kalasmos be reborn? I'm really trying to understand Serenica's motives here, because we didn't travel back in time to save Erdwin, we traveled back in time to save Veronica. So, uh, that's why time travel is such a tricky thing to incorporate into a story, because it has to make sense. If you're gonna have time travel be introduced, there has to be some logic behind the time travel. Because it makes sense why the protagonist would go back and save Veronica. But why would Serenica be okay with it? Like, why didn't Serenica go like, oh, sure, I'll send you back in time, make us think we're gonna go back in time for Veronica, only to find out, oh, we get sent back to before Erdwin because she wanted to see Erdwin again. Why did she agree to send us back to Veronica but not to the time of Erdwin? I don't understand Serenica's motives behind all this.
She's still there, you know, up in that tower. And she still holds the key to defeating the Dark One.
I know she's up there. She was the one that sent me back in time. That's why I'm confused.
How come you know about all this stuff, anyhow? Didn't it all happen centuries ago?
Eric, she's the seer. The seer is basically the god of your world. Don't question how God knows. God just knows.
How indeed, my inquisitive young friend. Perhaps I had better show you.
Or let me guess, the seer is somehow gonna be the one that betrayed Erdwin?
Huh? What? You?
Really?
Yes, me. Morkant. Erdwin's erstwhile companion.
Okay, the seer was Morkant all this time. Uh, okay. Sure. Why not, I guess, at this point? Let's just talk to everyone first. Erdwin and Serenica were in love, but they were torn apart by the betrayal of a friend. It's such a tragedy. They should have been together forever, but Morkant drove them apart. He did a terrible, terrible thing. At least that explains why the seer knew so much. He was none other than Morkant himself. All of this raises as many questions as answers. Come on, laddie. Let's see what else he's got to say. I remember so clearly. I was asleep and suddenly I heard a voice. It told me I'd meet the luminary someplace deep underground. It was his voice, the seer's. And now we find out the seer was actually one of Erdwin's companions. This is some kind of a lot to take. This is a lot to take in. So this is Morkant, Slayer of Erdwin. But why? I still don't understand why he would do such a thing. So the seer was really Morkant all along. But I don't understand. Why would the man who betrayed Erdwin help us? So Serenica turned into that strange being and is still living in that tower, and she did it all so she could meet Erdwin again? But why did Morkant want us to see all of this? We need to speak to him to find out more. Phew, we're back to our old selves. I was worried we'd have to stay as a tree forever. But never mind that. It looks like the seer has more to say.
There was a voice, you see. A voice inside my head. As Erdwin raised his sword to smite the Dark One,
It spoke to me. Strike him down, it said. Kill him, and I will grant you power beyond your wildest dreams.
You know, you didn't have to follow the voice, you know? You could have just said thanks, but no thanks, and ignored them. Why? You didn't have to act upon it.
I tried to close my heart to those intoxicating words, but before I knew what was happening, my friend lay at my feet. The Dark One's power filled me, corrupted me, poisoned my mind. I became Mordegon.
What? This. Okay, sure. He became Mordegon, sure. Why the frick not?
But even then, a part of me held out against the darkness. In time, it took on its own form, and that is who stands before you now.
Okay, so Morkant became Mordegon. And somehow, as he was Mordegon, a part of him still had good, and it became its own entity separate from Mordegon? Because why the frick not, I guess?
Now Mordegon is defeated, and so I too must fade. But I have one last prophecy for you before I go. The Timekeeper awaits you, Luminary. In a place north of the World Tree, the power of the Watchers will take you there. Now, go and give the Dark One our hiding, and bring this story to an end at last.
There he goes. I guess we'd better get moving, huh? Sounds like we need to go see the Watchers.
Veronica and Serena learned the mighty magic birth pep power. Let me guess, only during that one pep power she's gonna be her adult self? Veronica? Okay. I can now see why some people would think... Wait, no, I don't. I still don't, because if you only played Act 1, Act 2, then played Act 1, Act 2 again, then how would you be able to pick up on things like the Seer being Morkant all along, Morkant being the one that killed Erdwin? Those are things you wouldn't find out if you only played Act 1, Act 2, then the NG plus Act 1, Act 2, then into Act 3. I just don't understand how people think Act 3 is better on a second playthrough, when I guess this would be the best time directly after Act 2. But, I gotta be honest, all the things they're trying to do here, like the Seer was Morkant all along. Serena and Veronica could transform into Yggdrasil Tree. The Mordegon being Morkant. Kalasmos predating Mordegon, and that was the Dark One they fought back then. All of this, I don't know, it makes me a little bit, I don't know how to best say it, but not as invested in the story anymore, because I appreciated the story for what it was in Act 1 and Act 2. I really did. But with all of these kind of, not necessarily rewrites, but trying to explain Act 2 from a different angle and revealing these things, it just doesn't make any sense for me, because if Mordegon was Morkant all along, then why did Mordegon say as if the Luminary defeated him, and he's gonna stop the Luminary for defeating him? If Mordegon was Morkant, it just doesn't make any sense, the dialogue that Morkant had in Act 1 and Act 2, if he was Morkant and the Dark One, the Luminary killed all that time, was Kalasmos, not Mordegon. It just... it messes with my head, and I don't like when a story does that. I don't appreciate that type of storytelling, I really don't. That's why I'm not a huge fan of when certain franchises write a story and then make a prequel, but not a prequel that explains other lores that happen in a movie. No, prequels that try to undo what the first movie told by going back to when the characters were young and they did different things when they were young. It kind of feels like that. It feels like Act 3 is trying to act as a prequel to Act 1 and 2, and it just doesn't work for my head. Let's see. If he stops him from defeating him, he never got defeated, which would never make him stop defeating him for he never got defeated, but because he didn't stop him, he therefore was defeated and looped forever. Yeah, that's just kind of how it feels like it became. It became a confusing loop, all this. And I am not appreciating it. Oh hey, thanks, I appreciate for being your healer in Etrian Odyssey. I appreciate it. Ye art of sorcery consisteth in ye manipulation of ye magical energies that courseth through a wizard's vein. This being so, ye magical might of any given spellcaster is necessarily limited by the extent of said power. But long years of study have revealed unto me a secret by which ye power that floweth through Erdria's very soil might be channeled, thereby rendering a magic power greatly more potent. Yeah, 'tis an art only for ye wisest and greatest of wizards. This being so, I have hidden its secrets in 3 tomes, and hidden these tomes in their turn among ye threefold floors of ye Sniflhemian Royal Library. My word. This olden talk it's doing wonders to my tongue. Just wonders. I do have a Discord yokai, I just don't have a Discord server. Because I want to wait a little bit before creating a server, you know? But I do have a Discord, yes, that I do. And I will check it out after stream. If I should fail in laying the Dark One low, thou who followest in my footsteps, I prithee seek out ye tomes, and pronounce these words before them. Slumbering place of strength untold, break thy bounds, unlock, unfold. Ah, forgive me, I did not notice you there. I am studying the ancient teachings of Angri-La. This book was written by Morkant, the great sorcerer who joined the Luminary of Legend in his battle with the Dark One. I discovered it in the temple's storerooms only recently. If Lord Robert were to follow Morkant's instructions and learn to channel Erdria's energies, it would surely benefit you greatly. You have been to the Royal Library before, have you not? Will you return there and seek out his secrets? A boost to Rab's magical might. Sure. Good, then you must journey to Sniffelheim and eastward into the Sneerfeld where the Royal Library stands. Morkant hid 3 books there. It seems one on each floor of that great repository of wisdom. Slumbering place of strength untold, break thy bounds, unlock, unfold. This is the mantra that you must repeat before each one to break its seal. Good luck, return to me when you have read all 3 tomes. Okay. So it's going to be a quest tied to each party member, it feels like. Because I found a quest that's gonna boost Serena's magical mending. A quest for specifically Blind Man Biff of Hendrik's skills. And now I found a quest that's gonna boost Rab's magical might. So there must then be a quest that will increase something for Veronica, guessing her magical might. Something that will increase Sylvando, assuming his charm. A quest for boosting something of Jade, which I'm gonna guess is gonna be her strength. A quest for Eric, which I don't know what it will possibly do for Eric, but it has to be a quest for Eric. And then maybe a quest for the Luminary? Maybe? Okay, so those might be the next things I take on. Might? Yeah, so that was one I just spoke to. So the story wants me to... It wants me to go to the Tower of Time, and I know where that one is, but I'm not gonna go there just yet. Because I wanna see... where else I could find quests related to, you know, my party members. Or I guess I could deduce it if I read the quest catalog, I guess. I could deduce where. Okay, so this is Angri-La, which I'm already in Angri-La. Well, this quest is Nom Nom. Then there's one in Pang Lai, in Heliodor, Hoto, Gallopolis with Prince Ferris, Lona Lulu, Angri-La. Oh wait, that's the one I just did. Okay, so those are the quests that I have. So there is one here in Angri-La, but I didn't see anyone as was advancing through the map. It could be that it's in the next map, the High Hall. Could be. It has to be. It has to be that it's in the High Hall, this next quest, and oh. Cool, nighttime, I guess. Unless it's outside of Angri-La, but it counts as Angri-La. No, okay, so it's just in here. Cool. What is your quest about? I've been hard at work honing my physique so that it might serve as a shield to protect all who seek shelter here from danger. My brawny body stronger than a slab of stainless steel, a liquid metal slime has nothing on me. My mighty muscles so strong that no normal weapon could even mark them. Do you not believe me, traveler? Do you think that you could build a blade sharp enough to cut through my steely physique? Okay. Aha, I admire your confidence. Alright then, show me what you can do. But you should know that my victory is already assured. Why, you ask? Because I know for a fact the only capable blade of harming my Ironheart body is a legate blade with a power of +3. Such a sword can only be crafted with a fun-sized forge, at most mystical of smithing stands, and only then by a true master of metallurgy. Not only that, but the recipes are closely guarded secret of Angela. He's only awarded to those bold enough to test themselves against the wheel of Harma, and strong enough to conquer its every cycle. If you should succeed in crafting a Legate's blade with a power of +3, then equip it and come and show me. I've always wanted to witness a miracle. Ha 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 ha! Ew. Okay, so I understand what I must do. I must find a sword, but I didn't quite understand how I was supposed to acquire the recipe for it. If I'm being completely honest, I didn't quite understand that. Well, I guess that's what we'll do first. Just try to find all the quests and accept them. And then from there, we'll see what I'll do next. Whoops. Zooey. There was a quest in Lona Lulu. That much I remember, so let's fly over there. And I have checked what level I should be to beat Colosmos. They say to beat Colosmos, I should be somewhere between 60 and 70. Some even say I need to be level 70 to 80. So, I do have a long way to go before I could even remotely try to beat Colosmos. So I think I do have to do all these side quests and hope they give me enough experience. If not, then I will have to grind off screen, which... yay, I guess? With me need to grind off screen just to be able to beat the final boss of Act 3. I set sail on a quest to find a legendary crystal lily, but then me boat sank, and I'm washed up here with nothing but my clothes on me back. I ain't got no friends here, no one I can turn to for help. I'm all alone. I might as well just give up. God, why did I have to end this? Why did I have to end this way? Must be born under the unluckiest star in all of the heavens. I'd be better off dead. Sob, all I ever wanted was a look at a crystal lily, just one. Sniff. Was that too much to ask? If only some kind soul would bring me one, I could die happy. Sniff. Sure? Seriously? Hang on, I know your game. You're just getting me hopes up so you can dash me to the ground again, ain't ya? Well, suppose I ain't got nothing to lose by opening. If you find a crystal lily on your travels, bring it back here, eh? I hear they only grow far off to the north of here, on the high plateaus of Sniffelheim, where the freezing blizzards blow. It's too far away, ain't it? Too much of a faff to trudge through all that snow. Fine, forget it then. I just carry on lying here until the last dregs of me rotten life ebbs away. If you do find a crystal lily, then this is where I'll be. Fat chance of that happening, though. Dude! Now I don't want to do his quest because of his attitude towards me. Alright. That guy is clearly drunk. Yeah, that's a drunk guy, alright.